Alrighty, Dennis from Windmill Slam here in our what was going to be our final Modern Masters 2015 draft. Unfortunately, Phantom though, considering we opened this foil Mox Opal, that would have been worth a pretty penny. Very limited time for our pick here. I've reserved the Noble Hierarch, but I think I'm actually going to take this Nameless inversion. It actually is just such a strong card in so many decks that I think it's what I want here. Sucks about the foil Mox Opal. What are you going to do? Sorry about the little. Oh god, straight. I suppose we wouldn't have gotten past Emrakul if this wasn't Phantom though. So. What do we want to follow up our Nameless inversion with? Obviously far and away best in the Spirits deck. But we could just take an Algae Gargoyle. Black-green is a totally solid archetype. Ghost Changing obviously fits fine in the Spirit deck. Cathodian and reasonable pick too. Tukatong Thought also good in this deck. But Algae Gargoyle is a very strong card. And I think that's going to be the pick for me here. And Uncommon's missing so far, so that's worth noting. But I think I might just take the Algae Gargoyle. It's an uncommon, so I haven't gotten as much chance to play with it as I would necessarily have liked. Really not a lot in these colours to follow it up with, though. The only black or green cards are Vampire Lacerator or Commune with Nature. Mirror Enforcer in here as well. Dragon Soul Knight, not a deck I'm a huge fan of, and even in that deck, Dragon Soul Knight is really what I want to get the payoff with. I want Skyreach Mantis and Edged Oracles. I think I might just take the Pillory of the Sleepless. It's probably just the best card in the pack. And if we do end up in Spirits, these are very, very high quality cards to have there. So I'm going to hedge a little bit and take that. We've been shipped into a Scuttling Death or a Scion of the Wild, I think are the two notable picks here. Could just take a Selesnya Sanctuary. That would open us up a little bit to junk. But I think I might take the Scuttling Death here and put another chip in our Spirits pile, just in case. Again, I mean, I think the Sign of the Wild, probably not the pick here, but Selesnya Sanctuary, definitely defensible. I think I'm going to take the Scuttling Death, though, and hope we get hooked up in that archetype. It looks like we have to an extent. We've got another Scuttling Death, to a lesser degree a Ghostly Changing, and also a Devouring Greed. Now, any Spirits deck worth a salt really wants to have at least one of these, I think. They're just such a powerful game ender, but the Scuttling Death is a spirit in itself, and it synergizes with a Nameless inversion. That being said, I think I'm still going to take the Devouring Greed. That's definitely a signal to me, I think, that the deck is at least not super cut in this direction. I haven't seen Thief of Hope or Moonlit Strider, although we did pass one first pick. Here I could just take the Shikari, just as a 2-mana 2-2. Could take Deathmark as a solid sideboard creature, but against green or white, the only cards you really want to be killing are what's the word I'm looking for? The Sign of the Wild. Otherwise, they're all Sap-Whirling tokens and the like. Might just take Evolving Wilds here, actually. I feel like we can pick up random 2-mana 2-2s Waxman Baku. I was looking across and I got excited about Plague Berserker, but Waxman Baku is definitely the card you want in the Spirits deck. So I'm very happy to see that. What was that, 7th pick? So Spirits seems at least partially open in this direction. I'm the handsome looking Sarkin over here. Spirit seems at least partially open this way, and we haven't really passed anything special for the Spirits deck, so it should be pretty open in Pack 2. And if Pack 3 goes like this, you know, we could be in pretty good shape to get quite a nice deck going here. There's even a chance to wheel that Moonlit Strider. I didn't get enough time to take a good long look at the pack, but I don't remember it being particularly poor. The Gargoyle probably going to sit in here for a while. The Evolving Wilds are out if we pick up some sort of sick bomb in packs 2 or 3 to splash. I don't even know what card I'd splash in a... I suppose it depends on how solid our Spirit deck ends up being, whether or not we need to risk a little bit of mana consistency for a little bit of additional power. We'll see how we do. Seems to be a little bit of a hold up here. This guy's already picked 10 cards. We're only on 7. People are only on 5. That's pretty uncommon. Okay. I think that's probably a pretty clear Thief of Hope, to be honest. The Basilica is obviously nice, and we'd play one for sure, but there's no way we're passing the Thief of Hope here. We've got a Scuttling Death, a Waxman Baku. This is a great card to get 8th pick. I'm very, very happy about that. And we wield the Moonlit Strider. Again, I'd love the Kami as well in this deck. I'd probably even play this Dagger Climb, to be honest, but Moonlit Strider is beautiful. We've got a Scuttling Death, we've got a Thief of Hope, Baku, and they all hit the... Our Scuttling Death and our Moonlit Strider both hit the Nameless Inversion, as does the Thief of Hope, so we're getting a nice little soul shift chain going here. And I think we've settled in pretty nicely into an archetype here. Got some real strong picks. Ghostly Changeling fits right in. Waking Nightmare, not really a card I'm interested in. I mean, it's arcane, so it triggers our Thief of Hope and Waxing Baku, but Changeling just a little better, I think. I'm going to take the Apostle's Blessing. I'm going to put it in the board for now. I don't think this deck particularly wants a Vampire Lacerator. I'm going to put the Blessing in the board for now, but I mean, we could totally end up playing it. So now obviously in pack 2, there's going to be very few cards we would take over Nameless Inversion, really. I guess Death Knight. Yeah, there's going to be very few cards we'd take over Nameless Inversion, I think. The power of a Spirit deck is very heavily tied to how many of these you have. So 1 is a nice number, and I mean, there are times when you just cast the same one over and over and over again, and that's pretty powerful, but if you get 2 or 3, you're really cooking. Another Ghostly Changeling. Something I've noticed about this deck is it tends to kind of have a glut of 3-drops between Bakus and Thieves of Hope, and then Ghostly Changelings are kind of just curve, kind of fodder at that point. I'm going to cut the Firebird over the second Knight. Ooh, a Plague Rustaka. That's a lovely last pick. I'll totally play that. That's awesome. That's a really nice card to have in your deck. It's just a nice little versatile card that you can always get back with your Soul Shift stuff. It's awesome. Okay, no Nameless Inversions. No Spirits of any kind, really. The 2 cards here for me are probably the Basilica or this Blinding Soul Eater. And we're running into that 3-drop problem I was talking about. The Soul Eater is probably just the best card in the pack for us. The best card in the pack, literally, is probably the Apocalypse Hydra, I guess. And Mirror Enforcer and Kabu Primarch are no joke either. Fortify is obviously great in the blue and white deck. I guess I'm going to take the Soul Eater. I'm not delighted with that, but I think it's okay. Follow it up with a second Baku. See, again, another 3-drop. Don't think I want to Fulminator Mage, though it is pretty brutal to destroy one of these lands with it. Don't think I want a Sickle Ripper either. I'm going to take the Baku. Here, see, like, this is a strong pack. Got a Sigil Blessing, a Dispatch, Scatter the Seeds, Rune Servitor. I don't know why I thought of Rune Servitor. I remember Waxing Baku. I'm just going to take the Baku, but these 3-drops are really becoming a problem. 3 Bakus is probably enough. But Baku is a very strong card. We might not end up running the Soul Eater if we just don't have enough Spirit density. But I mean, these all make Moonlit Strider and Scuttling Death better, they make Thief of Hope better, they make Nameless, they don't really affect Nameless Inversion, but they make Devouring Greed way better. Whereas Blinding Soul Eater is just sort of a rock solid role player. So if I cut this, we still have 6 3-drops, which is not an insane amount, but we don't really want any more than that, I don't think. I can settle for 7, but any higher, I'm going to be pretty sad about it. What do we got here? We got a Moonlit Strider or a Ghostly Changing. I think it's an easy Moonlit Strider for us. Sick artifact stuff going around. Very sick artifact stuff going around, but I'm not sad about the Moonlit Strider at all. It's hard to say if these packs have been weak in this direction, or if Spirits isn't as open as I thought it was, but I don't see how this guy could possibly be in Spirits considering the cards we took. We are what, 19, so that's 4 picks in. Unlikely to see a Nameless Inversion at this point, but not impossible. Long Forgotten Gohei, not what you want in the deck, I'll be honest. Probably just another Moonlit Strider. And yeah, I mean, as I said, obviously you want these to be getting back your name. Ooh, hello. Hello, Restless Apparition. You are a serious Spirits card. I would go up to 7 3-drops for you, buddy. We're in business with the Restless Apparition. That is a late one of those. Now, unless there was a literal Nameless Inversion in that pack, that makes me feel like Spirits is open this direction and the packs just haven't had the cards for it. Do I want another Scuttling Death or just want a Bone Splinters? Probably just the Bone Splinters, really. We already have 3 Moonlit Striders and a Thief of Hope and 1 Scuttling Death, so Bone Splinters with enough of these recursions and enough, incentive for cards dying. Probably reason enough to take it over the Scuttling Death. Plague Rusaka, I'll pick you up. I'll almost certainly play you as well. This is the pack we opened, isn't it? So I guess Instill Infection for the board for now. Currently at 13 creatures, all of which are spirits, I believe. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yep, 13 spirits in the deck. Real dirge of 2-drops and Nameless Inversion. So we're looking for Kami the Ancient Law and Nameless Inversion next pack, I think. Obviously, more Thieves of Hope would be good. At this, oh, sorry about the squeaking. At this point, the Thieves of Hope probably just going to be replacing Ghostly Changings. Our spirit density is high enough that we don't need these guys anymore, really, if we can avoid it. Again, I'd rather play Bakus than Ghostly Changelings, but I don't know how many Bakus I really want. It's a very strong card, but I don't know if I want more than 4, really. At the end of the day, aside from stability, it's just a 3-mana 2/2, and at least the Ghost Changing has potential to get bigger and be a little bit of a mana sink. Thief of Hope is what I'm really interested in, because Thief of Hope and things like Pillory of the Sleepless are really a nice way to get your opponent down into range for the Devouring Greed. That is an astoundingly late Court Homunculus. I'm going to take the Boros Garrison, though, I think, in case we open some sick red card here. With the Boros Garrison and the, the Boros Garrison and the Evolving Wilds were pretty easy to be able to splash a single red card, with running maybe only 1 mountain. So that's something I'm going to be on the lookout for in pack 3. Could even be something like a Lightning Bolt, to be honest. Our removal's not bad, but come on. Just want the Scavenger Drake. It's pretty good in this deck. Again, the Go Haste is something I'm not interested in at all, to be honest. Yeah, with all the stuff that dies in this deck. You know, Plague Rusalka stuff, sacking Moonlit Striders and Scuttling Deaths. Scavenger Drake can get pretty big. You know, play a Baku, it trades. Okay, there's that Bolt I was talking about. It's also just a Scuttling Death here, though. Do I want to splash this Lightning Bolt? Probably wield the Scuttling Death, to be honest. I think I might splash the Lightning Bolt off of the Boros Garrison and Evolving Wilds in a mountain. I think that's probably a reasonable thing to do. Not splashing Splinter Twin, I'm afraid. Nameless Inversion, though. Hello, maybe get this Kami of the Ancient Law on the wheel. That'd be delicious. But yeah, Nameless Inversion, obviously a much loved addition to the deck. Awesome. Funnily enough, we would actually quite like that Scuttling Death to come back, and I think it will. Oh, a second Lightning Bolt. Racking 2 Lightning Bolts is pretty easy for us. Probably just running around 2 mountains then. Not a big deal at all. Don't want to do that? I could just take the Arrest. And there's a Moonlit Strider, but this might come back. This is a tough one. These 2 cards are a very tough one. I mean, we're not likely to be doing casting this Lightning Bolt before turn 3 anyway, so it's going to be pretty similar to an Arrest. Now, I know this kind of deck can do multiple things in one turn a lot of the time. And there are things that Arrest hits that Lightning Bolt doesn't. And I think that might be enough for me to take the Arrest over the second splash Lightning Bolt. Lightning Bolt is just really powerful, though, and if we're already splashing 1, it isn't difficult to splash a second one. I think I'm going to take the Arrest. It's slightly more resilient. Thief of Hope is going to be replacing a Ghostly Changeling here, I believe. Almost certainly. Again, a Thief of Hope is going to be replacing a Ghostly Changeling, although I wouldn't mind this Rune Servitor. But 3 Thief of Hope is very, very solid with this many spirits and arcane spells. These are going to add up to quite a lot of life draining. You know, if we put this in here and this in here, and we do have 2 1-drops, so we got stuff to do. Could play a Bloodthorn Vampire. I'm going to take it, but I don't know if I'll run it. This deck has quite a low curve. Again, we're looking to cut these guys at some point, so if we pick up another... I think at this point I have to take the Sickle Ripper, to be honest, rather than this Waxman Baku. 4th Waxman Baku. Although I could just put this in and cut the 2 Ghostly Changelings. Like that. There's that Scuttling Death. There's another Bone Splinters there, but I don't think we need it with this stuff. And 2 namelesses. Yeah, I don't think we need it. I mean, that's 23. I mean, there's also a world where I just run one of those ghosty changings over this lightning bolt, but it's going to be easy enough to splash. Although with so many, with like 2 1-drops and a restless apparition, it might be tricky to support it. I mean, the Boros Garrison isn't a bad card to have anyway, just for smoothing reasons. So I think we're okay with the 1 Evolving Wilds, 1 Boros Garrison, 1 Mountain, and 1 Lightning Bolt. The card I'm looking at at the moment, though, is our Scavenger Drake, so I'd love to upgrade that to a Moonlit Strider if at all possible, I think. Just to get maximum spirit density. Although the Scavenger Drake is, like I said, pretty good in this deck. It opens up the window for the Devouring Greed kill. If you Devouring Greed a couple of your guys away, hit him for a bunch, and then kill him with the Drake. Like I said, it's good with this. It's great with our recursion removal. It's not great with Pillory or Arrest. It's solid with Bone Splinters. But yeah, not great with Pillory or Arrest. There's another Scuttling Death. I suppose I'll take it. I don't know if I'll run it. I'll definitely run the foil one over the non-foil one, but is that better to have than one of these Baku? Maybe. You don't really want that many 5-drops. Baku doesn't recur any of this though, but we already have triple Thief, triple Moonlit Strider, and 2 Scuttling Deaths. I don't know how much Soul Shift we really need. Kami is a card I'm very interested in. Is that Moonlit Strider I wanted? There's potential to just go hard spirits here. And cut that Drake. Cut this Lightning Bolt. And just have this absolute pile of spirits. Is that cleaner? Do we need to splash the Lightning Bolt? What do we have? We've got 2 nameless inversions and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 ways to recur them. Yeah, 2 nameless inversions with 9 ways to recur them. An Arrest, a Pillory, the Sleepless, and a Bone Splinters. And I suppose we do also have the 2 Instill Infections on the board. And I mean, Lightning Bolt isn't amazing against Affinity or against with the green-white deck. So maybe it's best to just run it like this. With triple Thief of Hope, quadruple Waxing Baku. Just go down the mega synergy path. The Drake does seem very good in this deck, though. That's the only question for me. So I might run the Drake over one of these Striders. I feel like I'd rather have a little bit of diversity there. You know, 5 of our creatures are sackable. Plague Rusalka makes obviously everything sackable, including itself. So we've got a lot of sacking, got a Bone Splinters, Devouring Greed, like I said, although you don't really want a Devouring Greed for value, you kind of want that to be the last spell you cast. Now do I want a Scuttling Death over one of those Bakus, maybe? Curve's a little all over the place, but if you put the nameless inversions here, and the Arrest and the Pillory kind of there, it starts to look a little better. Could cut one of the Bakus for one of these. Yeah, I think 3 Bakus is probably enough, and the additional little bit of Soul Shift is nice too. I think that might be better. Could be mistake not running those that Soul Eater maybe. If we see stuff that's really good against, we'll definitely bring it in. We're looking to bring in the Bolt or the Combust as well. Combust is a fine sideboard card too. Definitely bring that in. Bring in this against Affinity maybe. Or maybe some Aether Snipe, something like that, although they've kind of already got the value off the Aether Snipe at that point. I think this is the deck I'm going to run. The main changes to be like you could argue for making are this, and maybe splashing the Bolt, but I don't think we need the Bolt. I think this is the build I'm going to run. So let's see how it does. Alrighty, round 1 here up against Swarm of Bees. So we would love to play first, I believe. How's our hand? Our hand is okay. We got a 2-drop and a 3-drop. Obviously need to draw a Swamp at some point, but if we don't draw one immediately, that's also fine. Looking forward to the new Mulligan rule, although we wouldn't have needed it this game. I think that sounds a pretty clear keep. Obviously a Swamp in any reasonable sort of fashion is great, just so we can get our Thief of Hope online. But we don't need one soon by any stretch of the word. Magic Online seems to have fiddled with my settings since I last played it. I haven't played in the last week or so, so things definitely look a bit different. Opponent's gone to 6. Does he go to the 5? He does not. Keeps his 6. That's fine. Off you go, buddy. Red. Okay. Bone Splinter is awkward, obviously, but we'll deal with it. Eat my 2 and a 2/2. Don't know if we'll get a reasonable target for this one. Maybe there's a Goblin Warpaint or something in our future. Oh, maybe even be an arrest in our future, I suppose. Viashino. Oh, do I want to just arrest that? See, I don't think I'm attacking because of the close to unbounded damage we could take on the following turn. So that makes him want to arrest this and just get in. If I just deal with his threats. Although I could just play the Restless Apparition and say go. Could offer to trade either. I think I might actually attack in the end. If he wants to trade, that's fine. I have ways to recur my Kami. Obviously there was no reason to really play my Restless Apparition, but I don't mind having everything on the table there. This trade is totally fine for us, considering we've got the arrest in our hand. Mirroring Crusader, that card is getting arrested, good sir. 100% that is getting arrested. That is a terrifying card. And arrest is kind of the only way we can actually deal with it, because we can't Bone Splinters it, or Nameless Inversion it, or Pillar of the Sleepless it, because we got protection from black and from green. This might be reason to bring in the Lightning Bolt, but something tells me this card is not going to stay a 2/2 for very long in his deck. Goblin Fireslinger to follow up, that's okay. Scuttling Death. Gonna attack with the Restless Apparition, probably followed up with the Scavenger Drake here, I think. Although there is a world where just hitting him for 5 isn't that bad, but I think developing our board is a little more important. Oh, interesting. Okay. What's this? Okay. Did he have a combat trick and he was going to forget about it? If that's the case, I should probably just pass and make him waste his turn. But at the same time, if I just play the Scavenger Drake, I don't feel like doing nothing this turn. So I'm going to play the Scavenger Drake. If he has a burn spell to kill my guy, he has a burn spell to kill my guy. It looks like he didn't, because he should have done it beforehand. Okay. I guess he just messed up and thought he could block and then use a trick. And that would help. Interesting. Yeah, I think our opponent just messed up there is what happened, to be honest. Okay, got a swamp. Same play again, go to begin combat. Attack, attack, gonna follow it up with a Scuttling Death this time. Really put the screws to him. 4 power is no joke, especially if we Bone Splinter something next turn. Although I wouldn't want to Bone Splinters this, because this is only going to get better as the game goes on. I don't want to Bone Splinters this, because it's so powerful, so... Ideally we draw something that we can Bone Splinters. Because, you know, that's 2 death triggers for this, and it gets his blocker out of the way, and we can get a nice big hit in. Sickle Slicer. Alrighty. That might be worth Bone Splintering. Don't want to Bone Splinters my Thief of Hope. Probably not. Did I Bone Splinters my Scuttling Death? Scuttling Death, Bone Splinters gets plus 2 counters on this. Then we can pump this for a big hit. Is that what I want to do? I think it is what I want to do. And then I get my Kami back too. And I can cast it. It seems pretty good. I could just cast both of these. But I think it might be better to do just cast the one. And hit him as hard as we can. Obviously should have done that post-combat, but I can't pump twice anyway, so it's unlikely to make a difference. Plus this gives me an ability to sacrifice this at instant speed, so maybe it's even better this way. You take 8. Puts you down to 7. Which is almost only just 2 hits from this guy. If something dies, you know, I can just sack this whenever I want. Well, I would have to target my arrest, which is not something I'm interested in doing. It's very lucky we had this arrest, because this right here would have been the death of us pretty quick, I think. Alrighty, what was our plan? Oh, pillar would have been nice. Oh, wow. Obviously no targets for them right now, but those are good cards to draw. Against his deck, we want to bring in the lightning bolt. We're only going to get it some percentage of the time. Combust seems okay. Like there's world to just splash both of these. The only card we're really afraid of is the Mirran Crusader. And because we can't, that's only because we can't nameless it or pillory it, and we can only arrest it. Well, we can't splinters it or plague Rusalka either. So do we want to slightly weaken our deck to give ourselves outs against his one card? Because these cards aren't good against much else. Combust is probably always going to be okay. And I suppose against the double strikers, these are probably going to always be okay. Maybe they are worth it. What do we cut? Maybe the only one of these Rusalkas isn't so good. And maybe... Oh, sorry, pardon me. Maybe the Scavenger Drake, although it doesn't seem to have a great way to deal with it. Moonlit Strider's a pretty nice blocker against his deck, so maybe just the Scavenger Drake. And then we cut a Plains, and probably a Swamp. And probably another Swamp. Whoops. Yeah, we'll put in the Garrison, the Evolving Wilds, and a Mountain. Might need 2 mountains actually with 2 red spells. But we have 3 red sources for 2 spells. We only ever need 1. Our mana because isn't actually intensive. We only ever really need 1 black, except for the Devouring Greed, because we can cast this with the white. So I think I'm okay cutting another Swamp. It moves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. To have 4 red sources for our 2 cards. Makes it feel a little better. Let's see how that goes. I feel like one of my biggest weaknesses as a limited player is being too cautious about splashing and trying to avoid it. But I think Lightning Bolt. Okay, well, obviously it's a bit of a... Oh, actually, that's pretty good here. We have Evolving Wilds. This sounds actually okay. Only really because of the Lightning Bolt. I'll keep that. It's got 4 lands, a 4-drop and a 3-drop. It's got 2 removal spells that are both very solid. So, yeah, I think this sounds solid. Apart from mulling it again, which is always nice for us. Thief of Hope's a great draw. Don't have the double black for Devouring Greed, but we have the 3 Orzhov colors for our Restless Apparition. So, okay, I'm gonna go use you to go get a mountain, which is pretty telegraphed, but there's not much our opponent can do about that, really. And say go. And now we just Thief of Hope into Moonlit Strider. Start draining them. I really need to save this Lightning Bolt for his Mirran Crusader if possible, though, because otherwise we just can't really beat that card. Please be the Mirran Crusader. Yeah, buddy! Oh, the splash works out. Get in. Delicious. That is beautiful. Textbook. Oh, and the arrest. Alright, we're in great shape now. Let's start doing some damage repair. Let's start gaining back some life and get down a nice blocker for this Slaughtermaster. 1/1 double strike does not match up against a 1/4. Does not match up well against it, I should say. Not crazy to trade here because we got the Soul Shift, but we lose 2 life, we gain 1 of it back, so. Sickle Slicer there. And the Fire Slinger. Okay. Just the Moonlit Strider, I believe. He's probably going under the bus here. If he decides to equip this to the Slaughter guy. Take a 3/3 double strike. Probably just chuck him Thief of Hope under there. And then pillorying it. Eventually be able to get our Thief of Hope back. Obviously the Dream Draw is a 2-drop that we could cast, so, or even a Plague Rusalka. Nameless Emerge wouldn't be bad either. That's what he's going for. Okay, so Thief of Hope's going under the bus, but that's fine. Unfortunately, awkwardly nothing to fetch with his Soul Shift, which sucks, but that happens. Baku not bad here either. Pardon me, but probably just pillaring this. And then chilling. There's a world where we just sack our Moonlit Strider here to go and get our Thief of Hope and then cast Thief of Hope into Baku next turn. But we have a rest as well, so if our opponent presents any serious threat, I don't mind casting Baku into a rest. Either. Sunspear Shikari, that is going to be arrested. Ooh, a Darksteel Axe, my oh my. You can just suit up that Fire Slinger at this point if he wants. So Dream Draw here is a nameless inversion. Swamp's no good. What I can do here is cast the Baku, let him suit up his Shikari, put the Moonlit Strider in front of it and sack it so this doesn't deal any damage, doesn't gain any life, and get our Thief of Hope back and then cast Thief of Hope and arrest. Which I think is the best play. It makes our opponent waste his whole turn doing all that stuff. I think it's better than just arresting it preemptively. Although I do like to get the opponents forgot to Fire Slinger us there. I mean, you could argue then to not cast the Baku because we want to cast it after the Thief of Hope for additional draining, but I think casting the Baku is good enough here. Is there a Sickle Slicer incoming? Yep. First strike and lifelink. Moonlit Star is going in front of him and getting sacked, I believe. That way our opponent doesn't gain any life. Let's give you pro white. Don't even need to cast Arrest here for drawing another 3-drop. We can just use the Baku's ability to tap this for the counter we get from casting the Thief of Hope. Combust. Could just combust it too. I like combust as well. I think it's probably smarter to just use that combust because it's a little bit more conditional. Actually attack with the Baku here. There we go. So I'm going to let him waste 2 mana by equipping this Darksteel Axe. And then we're going to combust him. Oh, he's not bothering. Interesting. I'm going to do it now because if he counters up the Apostle's Blessing, I can still tap it with the Baku. Nice. Why would you? Okay. Oh, is there a Comet Storm or something incoming? No, just Minotaurs. That makes sense too. Well, that's getting arrested. There's no real reason to equip this to that. It's probably smarter to equip it to this, I think. Spread your threads a little thinner if I've got a Baku in play. Yeah, makes sense. I think I might actually arrest the Fire Slinger. Stop his draining a little bit. Although if I arrest this, I can just Baku stuff next turn. So that kind of makes more sense. If I arrest this, I get in for 4. Use my Baku to tap his Fire Slinger down end of turn. He loses 1 here, he'll take 6 next turn, he'll lose another 1, so if we draw any spirits, he's probably just straight dead. And he's not going to be able to kill us anytime soon with this in play, locking everything down. I think we got him pretty locked up here. We're at 15, he's on 8. He's got this sap in his life till then. We got ways to clear his blockers out of the way. He can hit me with his Fire Slinger all he likes. No reason to use the Baku now. I can use it at end step. I'll take 3, that's fine. Only card that really punishes us here is a board wipe of some sort. Firefall on the Baku. Okay. Now we have a game. We get you for 4, which is actually 5. And you hit us for 3, and that should be all. I mean, you can't attack very well here, and his blocks aren't amazing, and he can't just sit like this forever because our Pillar of the Sleeves is going to drain him out. You can equip the Sickle Slicer to it, actually, which makes his blocks a lot better. But he still needs something to answer one of the Thief of Hope, or he's going to just die to the attack. Plus the Pillory. That's a pretty clear line there, I think. I'm just going to cast this for 0. Because the triggers will kill him. Alright, there's no need to throw away my creatures. There we go. Alrighty, awesome. Took down round 1. So, I didn't mean to reveal hand, I'm sorry. Thank you for the planes, there's mine. Awesome, let's see if we can repeat that in round 2. Alrighty, round 2. We would love to play first. How's the hand? The hand is rock solid. Don't really want to draw any more lands at all, though. But I cannot complain about double Waxman back and Nameless Inversion, so I think we're going to have to keep this. Dream draws here are essentially literally any card with Soul Shift. Do we bolt the bird here? I think it might be wise to just bolt the bird here. See, we picked Nameless Inversion over Noble Hierarch, and Nameless Inversion clearly beats Noble Hierarch. Ooh, yes, we stumbled him good. Oh, delicious. It's all coming together now. I think I'd rather drain him than get Baku going. So I'm going to play the Thief of Hope first. If this Thief of Hope dies, we get our Nameless Inversion back. Perfect. Like that, if he casts a Rampant Growth or something here, we're just going to see how much bolting, or not bolting, sorry, but killing that Noble Hierarch set him back. Okay, I guess he's just doing nothing. Fine by me. Good draw. Well, not a great draw. I really want more threats, to be perfectly honest with you, but fine draw. As well, where we cast it next turn, I think it's more likely we just cast Baku, tap down whenever he plays, and hit him for 4, though. Plus the 1 from casting the Baku, take him down to 12. If there's a big Skyreach Mant or something in our future, we can pillory it, which is nice. Etched Oracle, though, we can't really pillory. Cavalry Primarch's only a 3/3, so I'm not too worried about that. So I think I'm going to do what I said and use the offensive Waxman Baku trigger to get in. The current plan is get our opponent down low enough and then drain him out with a Pillory of the Sleepless or a Devouring Greed if we hit one, but this seems fine to me to trade 1 counter for 4 damage. I'm happy to do that. This is big and scary in our future. We're going to pillory it, obviously. And at that point, though, we're out of gas unless this dies or something like that. Water Serpent, that's going to get pilloried, I think. Yeah, especially if that happens. Up, up, oh. Hey-o, whoop. And then we say go. No spirits for our Bakus, but that's okay. Got our opponent on a solid 12 turn clock here. Not the fastest, but we'll do okay. Dream draws here are, honestly, the Drake wouldn't be bad, but any spirits are also just excellent, which is a large chunk of our deck. There's that Rampant Growth. Rampant Growth on turn 6, not too exciting. But now, if this is that Skyreach Manta, or, Plaguecaster Fog is pretty bad too. We are flooding up a storm here. So we're going to need to start drawing some spirits pretty sharpish. Although Devouring Greed is going to probably win us the game pretty quickly. Devouring Greed would currently hit for 8 and get us back a Nameless Inversion. Take our opponent down to 2, which will kill him in 2 turns of the pillory. So that's our current dream draw, I believe. Although our Nameless Inversion's got a lot worse now since he got a Blackcaster Frogling down. Uh-oh. Willmog's Crusher? Yeah. Okay. Oh, Hexproof one. Well, not quite. We can arrest it if we draw it right now. Or Bone Splinters or whatever. Scuttling Death not good enough. Yeah. Yeah. Can't actually back it because of this Blackcaster Frogling, so we're going to be sacking lands to it, I believe. Maybe sack a Scuttling Death. Well, I'll probably sack 2 lands actually, and then just chuck the Scuttling Death in front of it. Get back our Nameless Inversion. Cast that Nameless Inversion maybe on this Kavu Primarch. Try to use the backer, tap down a Frogling or something, and get in for a hit. With the hope that the drain from the inversion plus the damage we deal to him is enough to kill him. You must attack. Okay. Saki. Could just take the 9. No real reason to not just take the 9. In fact, I think I will just take the 9. It makes being able to kill him much more likely. If we have a 4-2 to attack with as well. Because currently this thing can only protect itself, so. That's not a big deal. That's the problem. That's the real problem, because he can... Oh, actually he can't do anything, so we can just tap this. Right, now if I sack this, I'm going to kill. Can I kill him? If I just tap down this Blackcaster Frogling, he takes 6, he goes to 2. If I draw but if I sack this, I can kill his Blackcaster Frogling. And then he'll lose an additional 1 from this, he'll be on 7. And then I can use this to tap that, hit him for 6, then Pillory will kill him. Right? That should be the end of the game, I believe. If this works. Though I don't see how it couldn't. So if I go like this, bang, hurt you. Okay. Yes. Then go boom, boom. Kill you. Drain you. Get some more counters on here. Yep. That's the end of the game. Awesome. We would have hit a Bone Splinter, so that wouldn't have done much. And then a whole lot of nothing. So we managed to fight through the flood to find a sneaky little victory there. I don't think this is the matchup for our Lightning Bolt or Combust. So I think we're probably just going to run it back. Are any of these better than any of the cards we have? Not really. I think we're just good. A Moonless Rider might have been okay to bring in, but I think we're pretty good. Speaking of Moonlit Striders, again, you know, 4 lands, 3 spirits, a little slow, but I think I can keep this. I think it's better than our average 6. Both of our colors. Double of both of our colors. Yeah, now we need a Kami or a Thief of Hope would be good too, or 3 Thieves of Hope in a row would be great. Maybe a little slow. Nameless Inversion, obviously excellent. Okay, I burned right off with a bang. No whammy. That's a real whammy. And we won with the Flood last game. Maybe we can do it again. But we are certainly off to a slow start. Though these cards are both capable of buying us quite a bit of time. Unless he gets the Frogling down again. Although, you know, if he's casting the Frogling, lower scale Coatl, that can be tapped down forever. Or blocked for a while, actually. Delicious. I'm 100% just going to do that, I think. Yeah, it's got to go right now. It sucks I didn't draw that last turn, but I got to do that right now before he can draw cards in response or anything like that. Plus our Moonlit Strider gets it back now, so that's nice. Probably cast the Moonlit Strider next turn because we can play Baku plus a 2-drop in the same turn, so I'm willing to give up the key counter for a little bit of a hope at greater tempo next later on. Oh god. It looks like these Moonlit Striders are going to be really have to be thrown under the bus at this rate. Plaxcaster Frogling, huge problem. Just a huge problem with that much mana. Thankfully, Nameless Inversionable if he spends, you know, too much of his mana doing stuff. But he has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, probably 7 of it. So if he casts a 5-drop, he needs to cast a 6-drop for us to be able to kill that Frogling. He'll land again, which is no good. Got a Water Servant, that's alright. Thief of Hope's pretty solid, actually. Probably just going to cast the Thief of Hope, I suppose. Hope to try and drain him, maybe. But if a Ulamog's Crusher is in our future, it's going to be a tricky 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So he doesn't. If these cards are land and Ulamog's Crusher, we're in poor shape. Lightning Bolt. Well, that does let me get back this, though. So, you know. Whatever you say. Again, unlikely to tap out, but it means if you cast the Crusher, we get to sneak in and hit the Frogling. So that's not nothing. But there's not much we can do about this, I'm afraid. Need an arrest or a Bitterly of the Sleepless. And for the Frogling to be gone. I would rather have a Thief of Hope in my hand than a Moonlit Strider on the board, I believe. Tap out. Although that Cursor is a disaster for us, so maybe don't tap out. Hey. Okay. Let's buy back a little bit of life. The Frogling is a real issue. Like, it's hooey. Maybe it was smarter to play the Baku first. That way I could have 2 counters on it next turn. But again, I mean, this thing's such a disaster. And I mean, this is going to really hammer us. I guess it only hits for 6, but hitting for 6 is no joke. Yeah. Obviously happy to trade here. Gonna cast you first. Just to gain the life. Mm-hmm. Boom boom. Might try my luck with this key counter here to get him to spend 2 mana. 1, 2, if he wants to deal more with it. Okay, that's fine. That's fine by me. You gonna give it a thing? You probably should. Well, probably not, actually, yeah. I think I am gonna try my luck with a key counter here. Just to make him spend the 2 mana. Oh, he let it happen. Wow. Okay. Fine by me. Ooh, can we kill him? I don't think we can kill him. Let me see. If I nameless inversion here, to get rid of a blocker and to drain him, he goes to 13. We attack. He presumably blocks maybe this thing. He goes 13. We hit him for 4. He goes to 9. We cast this. We get him down to 1. It's not quite lethal, but we're coming in with everything here. No way we're not. If I want the key counter, I'd might as well use the nameless inversion now. No, I absolutely do not want to do that. On the Noble Hierarch. And the drain is no joke either, so that's pretty nice. Yeah. Terror creature plus most gain on gain shroud until end of turn. Yeah, so. I'm not misreading this, he could have just used that. Okay. What's the plan, buddy? Block here, maybe? No, take 5. Now we kill you. Do I just go for it? I'll probably just go for it. He needs to gain life at instant speed. He could have the Selesnya thing. And that would be a disaster if he does. Although we will get back our nameless inversion and our Thief of Hope. Do I just go for it here? I think I might just go for it. And hope he doesn't have it. Huh! You figure it out. Huh. Yeah! He didn't have it. Awesome. Brilliant. Sweet, sweet, sweet. On to the finals. 2-0-2-0, I believe. Yeah. Sweet. Undefeated as of yet. Let's see if we can keep it up. Into the finals here. As of yet, undefeated, but let's not let that get to our heads. This hand, though, is definitely going to be a keep, I think. Turn 3 Reckless Apparition is just such a solid play that it's hard for me to turn that down. Got a little bit of synergy with the Bone Splinters and the Scavenger Drake, too. If we get something to... if we have a solid affinity... Oh, that's a nice draw. If we have a solid affinity deck against us here, though, that might be tough for us to beat, to be honest. If he just comes flying out of the gates, that's going to be tricking for us, because we didn't pick up a Tereshi's Grip or anything, so... We are soft to this strategy as it sits, although we do have the Combust and the Bolt. No artifact on turn 2, that's pretty poor. No play for us at all on turn 2, though, so we're not really one to judge. What do you got? There's got to be an artifact on turn 3. There's no artifact on turn 3. What are you even doing? No land? Is that what's happening here? I don't think I've ever seen this avatar zoomed out like this. I've only ever seen the face in draft. Okay, he's got his land. There's got to be a 3-drop artifact of some description. No! Just a normal 3-drop. That makes me want to just play the Apparition, although this thing does hit pretty hard, so I don't think it's crazy to pillory it. Just to stem the flow a little. And then follow it up with a Moonlit Strider. Although getting some Boar Breathings down would be no joke. And this thing isn't that scary yet, it's kind of just a Windrake, so if I can get him to commit something extra to it, that would be lovely. So maybe we'll let it live for now. Obviously, if he just goes straight into the not Bone Splitter, whatever it's called, Darksteel Axe on it, it's going to get a big hit in. But after that, if we pillory it, we got a little bit of tempo, we don't waste a turn, and you know, that's only an extra, would be an extra 4 damage, but you know, I'd play a card that costs 0 and said pay you lose 4 life, target opponent skips his next turn, so I think that's a fine exchange for us. Narcolepsy on this, well, this is getting Bone Splintered then. Although not until we've gotten the Scavenger Drake down, I don't think. Also, we have a Cameo Agent wall to deal with this, which is nice. Play Moonlit Strider now because Moonlit Strider blocks this, and the following turn I can just cast. This is a slightly more defensive play. The other line would have been to play Scavenger Drake this turn, and then Moonlit Strider plus Bone Splinters the following turn. But this is going to prevent between 1 and 2 damage off the Homunculus for the trade-off of us not being able to attack with our Scavenger Drake, which is fine by me. I think we're definitely the controlling deck in this matchup. Our opponent seems to have had a Kite Sail. Is that just going to end up on this Sky Hunter? Or is it going to go on the Homunculus? Either is fine from our opponent's point of view, really. Nice thing about using the Bone Splinters on this is not only that do we get 2 counters on this bad boy, but also when our Moonlit Strider dies, whether we sack it to protect something or whatever, we get our guy back. I could sack our Moonlit Strider to just knock this off, but I think I like using this as an excuse to get our Bone Splinters done more. He plays pre-combat in case there's any crazy shenanigans. I'm going to attack with the Moonlit Strider too, there's no real reason not to. This is going to be blocking probably, so... A little bit awkwardly, if that fact that we can, once we kill this, he just puts the Kite Sail on here and it's for 3 that way. But I mean, we can pillory that and stuff, and I'm much less concerned about that. In any case, the Moonlit Strider isn't blocking next turn, so this is a free attack. So, I mean, worst case scenario, he blocks and nothing happens. Best case scenario, our opponent takes 1 extra damage they don't need to. In that case, I probably shouldn't have played the Scavenger Drake. My only reasoning was if something's going to happen in combat, but I can't think of anything there should be, I should have probably left it open to represent Mighty Leap or something, which would have made it much more likely for us to get in there. But, c'est la vie. Alrighty. Make sure you target the correct thing with this on Magic Online. So we want to target this and sacrifice this. Our guy persists, which is delicious. Yeah, sorry, I meant to say if this dies again after this, we can get it back. From this with the Soul Shift, so that's awesome. Bone Splinters is great with the rest separation in general, but especially when our opponent uses Narcolepsy on it, that's some real value right there. Yeah, that's fine. We're just probably going to pillory that and then bash. So we don't have a 2-drop. If he doesn't have a 2-drop, we pillory that and hit him. I mean, this is not a great race for him, even without the pillory. You know, he's taking 4. I mean, he could take 1 million, really. Ooh, the Shikari is a problem, though. The Shikari is a real problem. I'm going to pillory the Shikari because of the lifelink. So I'm going to pillory this. And he hits for 3, but we hit for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 9 with the pillory and more with the Devouring Greed. So I'm actually just going to attack here. Got protection up for with our Moonlit Strider as well, so I'm going to just straight bash him here. We hit for 8. He goes to 12. He goes to 11. We can do this for 6 if we like, to take him down to 5 and then 4. So depending on how our attack goes, you know, we can sack this, get this protection. get in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 mana, so that's an additional 6 power on here. Makes that 7. 10, we just get in for 10, and then the trigger off the pillory would kill him. If he only has 1 color of creatures, you know. We just sack the Moonlit Strider, give a Restless Apposite. Oh, I suppose you could just block with the Court of Muggles because it has flying, but it's not that bad for us either. Could just play a Plague Rusalka either. Cameo of Ancient. No, sorry, not Cameo of Ancient Law. A second. Oh, that's pretty good. Although, we can kill that with the Plague Rusalka. If we play Plague Rusalka, sack it twice. Or sack the. Oh, wait, can we just kill him here? If I play Plague Rusalka plus Waxman Baku, sack them both to kill this, he will only have 2 artifacts, which means this will no longer have protection for everything. And my Scavenger Drake will be gigantic. Alternatively, we play Plague Rusalka, attack with everything. He puts this in front of here. So we don't attack with that. Okay, there's a lot of lines we can take here. Plague Rusalka plus Devouring Greed. How's that line look? If you cast Plague Rusalka and we cast Devouring Greed, we sack 3 spirits. That's 8. Takes our opponent to 3, and this is lethal. This will actually be much huger by then. We'll also get our Plague Rusalka, or we'll get this back rather. So I think I like that line. I like doing a pre-combat as an extra Scavenger Drake Giant. But he didn't put the Kite Sail on here, so I'm a little concerned. But I mean, we'll see. In any case, this is never that terrible for us. Unless he mana leaks it, I guess. If he mana leaks it, that's pretty bad. But even then, we just get a gigantic Scavenger Drake. Gonna get the Plague Rusalka back because I can still cast it for chumpsies. Does it resolve? This isn't a mana leak. Okay. I mean, we went back up to 14. Got a big old 6/6. Your guy is not flying. What's the plan? Dispatch? The only thing is dispatch. And no joke, dispatch should be pretty good, but if it's not dispatch, we're pretty far ahead. Otherworldly Journey. Okay, that's still not amazing for him. I think I'm actually going to not play the Rusalka, because I would like the Waxman Baku's trigger, I believe. Shikari, no joke here. With your opponent on 3. You can only hit us for 5 at the moment. So yeah, if I can cast Baku into Rusalka next turn, I can use the Baku's trigger to tap down. I can't tap down the Etched Champion, but if he's putting the Kite Sail on the Etched Champion, it means he's not attacking with the Etched Champion. And if that's happening, he's going to die to his pillory pretty quickly, I think. Okay, he's attacking with it. I'm taking the hit. That's fine. Another Homunculus. Okay. Shift that over. Okay. Alright. Let's see if this works. Oh, I messed up the mana there. Oh no, I suppose I didn't. I can just use this to pay for it. Plague Rusalka. Okay. Yes. Okay. Tap your guy. Are you dead? Again, could be dispatch, but dispatch is probably not going to be enough here. Because I don't think he can kill us. Don't think he can kill us before this kills him. So. You know, we can block this with this and use the ability to shrink this and stuff, but is this just all she wrote? Okay, probably just a little bit of a slow roller. That's fine though. So I got there. Might have been smarter to be a little more cautious of that Devouring Greed, but I think I just saw the window and went for it. If he has the mana leak, he has the mana leak, and we know for the next game. But so he's sort of artifacty and equipmenty. The equipment makes the Blinding Soul Eater much better than even an Arrest, to be honest. I think it certainly makes it better than a Plagued Rusalka. Although Plagued Rusalka is pretty good at shrinking stuff in response. Our deck is just so solid. I mean, the Wax and Bakus are insane against equipment too, so I'm going to leave those in. And the rest of the 3-drops are so good, I'm definitely not taking them out. Scavenger Drake maybe, although we didn't really have a lot of ways to deal with it. The card sale was nice for him, but there's no synergy with this card with the so much removal. Although some of our removal obviously doesn't kill things, but Devouring Greed and this thing is a real house, so I would like to leave it in. The only thing I could probably take out would be like a Scuttling Death for the Soul Eater. We only did see one equipment, but the Sunspirit Shikari and the Double Strike Flyer make me assume there's more in there. So I think I can cut a Scuttling Death for a Soul Eater. Be pretty happy about it. Don't want a Lightning Bolt or a Combust, I don't think. His deck is pretty aggressive, but we don't really have the potential to cast those cards quite early enough for it to be really good. Got a beautiful Soul Shift chain here, so if we can hit a Kami the Ancient Law, or a Plagued Rusalka, or ideally a Nameless Conversion that we can pop off on turn 2. Got a hell of a start, otherwise we're just going to start gaining life and annoying our opponent. And draining with a Thief of Hope, getting protection down, killing some stuff maybe. You know, this kills that 3-mana guy. Flyer kills it, no problem. Is this a Shikari maybe? Rune Servitor, okay. That's no biggie. Obviously would have loved a Nameless Conversion there. I'll happily cast a Nameless Conversion, kill a Rune Servitor, we withdraw a card, and then just use any of these guys to go get it back. We take some hits early. That's pretty much inevitable against his deck, though. His hits. I mean, if he had drawn that before that, we'd be taking way more here. Ah, yeah. A little slow out of the gate for us here. I'm not gonna lie. This might be trading for a Rune Servitor or a Court of Muglins, whichever he doesn't kite sail up. If I were him, I probably wouldn't want me to draw cards. Well, I don't know. Okay. I'll trade this with a Rune Servitor. I'll do it. Yep. You know, I need the card if I want to hit like a Nameless Conversion or something for this, and Moonlit Strike I can always get back my Thief of Hope, so Plagued Rusalka is not bad either. Although we're probably just casting a Moonlit Strider next turn. Okay, well. Hey. This game, unfortunately, not looking too hot for us. Although, with the Plagued Rusalka, we could probably just cast Plagued Rusalka next turn, sack it and a Moonlit Strider to kill the Court Homunculus, use the Moonlit Strider to get back the Thief of Hope, cast Scuttling Death following turn, and Thief of Hope, and maybe if it dies, get back the Plagued Rusalka, sack this, do some stuff, get back this, use this to get back that. It feels okay. It's not so bad. He's just going to tempo us out, I guess. Baku's a great card here. What do I want to do? Do I want to cast Baku and Rusalka maybe? And tap to save some life? That seems pretty good. Save myself 3 life here. I like that. Then cast Scuttling Death as a blocker. Still have the Baku up. Trade the Scuttling Death for this. Get back a Thief of Hope. Use the Thief of Hope to maybe claw back some life total. It's all contingent on him not doing anything super scary right now, which is, you know, totally possible. Fog Cast I'm not too worried about. That's okay. Okay, you gotta go down. Shush. Scuttling Death and the Moonlit Strider, so I think that's actually okay. Because we have so many good draws here, I think that's actually fine. Thief of Hope, certainly one of them as well. Remember, we can just cast this, sack the Rusalka and this to kill this and get back our Baku. Kind of depends on what he does here, though. Maybe that block was bad. I didn't know that I don't have Rusalka up. But I don't hate it for us. Alright, you've got to go. You have got to go big time. How do I get rid of you? Probably with my Scotland Death. I'm concerned about Apostle's Blessing. Because he can cast it now. I can't really play around it. I could cast it on his upkeep, but I'd rather see if he tries to spend mana to equip this to make it very scary before I kill it. Plus, Apostle's Blessing doesn't do a lot because I Scuttling Death. And then, okay, he's not going for it. I think I'm actually get back to Thief of Hope. The reason there being, if I'm going to keep casting spirits, like if I go just cast 2 Thief of Hopes next turn, we can start to mitigate a lot of this damage anyway. If I go Thief of Hope into Moonlit Strider, I mean we're gaining 2 life each time. Next turn we'll have 7 mana following turn 8. So yeah, I can go Thief of Hope, Moonlit Strider. That'll gain us a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 life anyway. And we'll drain him for 5 too. Plus the Moonlit Striders get back to Baku anyway. Cathodian. Okay. Could be Thief open to Moonlit Strider here to block that Cathodian. Etch Champion, you're a problem. You're a big problem, actually. And cast like this. Probably gonna have to end up sacking the Rusalka here. Let's trade for a Cathodian or something. If he jumps the Cathodian, that's obviously bad. But that means you can eat the Homunculus, or he can't stack with it. If he jumps the Cathodian, though, we take 6, we'll go to 2, and then there's not a lot we can do about that, unfortunately. Unless we draw a Nameless Inversion. If we draw a Nameless Inversion, we get to kind of go off, because we cast Nameless, gain a bunch of life, sack a Thief of Hope, get back a Nameless, cast the other Nameless, gain some more life, and kind of wipe his board, because if we can take these 2 out, this thing's gonna lose Metalcraft and stop being a guy. Need a lot of black mana for that, though. If we draw Nameless, we cast Nameless, say kill this. Then we Plague Rusalka, shrink this. Plague Rusalka again, shrink this. So that's currently 1, 2, blah blah. Oh, and then we just cast Nameless and kill this again. That's annoying, but not the end of the world. I suppose I might as well shrink the Cathodian with that. I guess now he just doesn't attack with the Cathodian. He doesn't bother suiting it up, maybe. He just hits us for 5 instead, that's probably fine. I guess if I'd shrunk this, he would then be incentivized to spend the 2 mana to suit this up. Maybe that would have made more sense, to be honest, but I think this game's going to come down to either we draw Nameless Inversion pretty soon or we don't. I don't think this 2 mana is going to be too, like, making him, whether or not he kite sails here is going to be relevant from a mana perspective, so he's only going to kite sail in a way that's beneficial for him anyway. Yeah. Take 5. Again, though, if this is a... Now, we also need to not play an artifact for the whole Rusted Relic. It's a problem. Alright, that's all she wrote, I'm afraid. Whoops. Yeah, couldn't beat the flying artifacts. That's okay, though. If you can't combust any of these, Bolt isn't great against them either. I mean, Bolt's not good against a 5/5 or anything. Apostle's Blessing for the Sunlance? Probably not. Only it's no my creatures. It's really only the Thieves of Hope. I mean, whatever about these. I mean, you can't hit this or anything, so... I think we'll probably just run it back and hope to draw better and have our opponent draw a little worse. Not that his draw was particularly insane last game, but ours wasn't great. It wasn't amazing either. It was a very, very slow draw, and we didn't draw any other move that we needed to deal with his unfortunately his Kite Sail, which you can shift around, but yeah. It would have been dead a lot sooner if we got that Quarterwinkelus down before the Rune Server to those, so that's nice. Some small comfort in that. Being on the play here is pretty important, I think. Single Plains is going to be our first mulligan of the draft, I believe. This is sketchy, but on the play I don't really love going to 5, so we either need to get lucky to draw 5 cards. We need either to get lucky in the 5 cards that we draw from mulliganing, or we need to get lucky in hitting some stuff here. And I think I prefer trying to get lucky in hitting some stuff here. Oh, that's a terrible... Oh, that's a great draw for us. Let's just do that before he has a chance to get Apostle's Blessing up or anything. Let's just buy ourselves a little bit of time and hope we hit simultaneously a Swamp and a Thief of Hope. Or a Plains, sorry. Obviously the dream draw here is Plains. Let's just cast Waxbane Baku. Plague Drusock is also not bad. Hi. Pillar of the Sleepless is no good. Good Plains though. It's nice. But if our opponent's going to go Rusted... Oh, if it was Rune Server into Rusted Relic or something, we're in pretty rough shape. Cathodian is even worse than the line I mentioned, so that's not a great start. Plains off the top, please. Swamp is no good. Yeah, maybe the hand was a mulligan. I mean, like I said, we either need to get lucky with the mulligan to 5 or to get lucky with the cards we draw here. So our deck's so reliant on 3 drops that mulligan to 5 is close enough to a death sentence. Oh, okay, that's a disaster. Hey, still can't cast anything. We got a 3 here. I mean, we're close to just conceding, but we might as well let it play out for the sake of the video. In any case, I've been Dennis. Thank you for watching. If you want to watch more stuff like this, you can find us over at youtube.com/windmill/mtg. Are we just dead? No, we got a 2. Oh, it doesn't even bother. Yeah, youtube.com/windmill/mtg. We post videos there weekly. We post videos here every second week, or fortnightly if you prefer. Usually I'm joined by Arshin, but our scheduling didn't work out this week, so it's been me by myself. You can debate whether or not that's a good thing or not. I personally think it's great, but that's just me. So, oh, sweet, right on time. Oh, can we do something here now? Because the Kite Sail. If we'd done the Kite Sail, we could theoretically do something here by... No, because it's living. I can kill this. Still dead. Yeah, if you didn't have the kites... No, we can't kill 2 things. No, that's all she wrote. Yep, so thanks for joining us. Or me, I should say. And I'll see you next time. Sucks that we didn't get to take down the whole draft, but the deck was sweet. We had a lot of good times. So, yeah. I think it's a fitting farewell to Modern Masters 2015, and I hope to see you back on Magic Online soon.